Oh, welcome back to Let's Play Suikoden. Hope you guys have had a great week. We certainly have. So today might be the day that we finish Suikoden 1. We feel like we're really close to the end here. Things are starting to heat up. Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, the Suikoden remaster came out. And I've been getting some interesting reports about it. Seems like, in general, people are saying it's good. It sounds like they didn't do a lot of the things that we've been kind of talking about throughout this playthrough that would have been nice for them to do. It feels more like a typical remaster, which I'm fine with. It was always called a remaster, not a remake. So like, if they're literally just updating the graphics and that's it, then like, fair game. But you know, we had been talking about like some of the quality of life stuff that maybe they could have done. And it sounds like they didn't do a ton. Somebody said that they did do a key item inventory, though, which is really interesting, because that's what we were talking about, like, just last week. You know, with, like, the mirror that I lost. I was like, it would probably be nice if they had a key item inventory, and it wouldn't necessarily undermine the game, or, like, its difficulty or anything. It would just make it so you couldn't lose, like, super important stuff because you give it to a character and then they like suddenly die. So that's cool, but I don't know what else they did. Some people are saying that like the like portraits don't really look any better. Other people are saying that the whole game looks great. So I don't know. Maybe we'll look at it ourselves and kind of see what we think. Maybe after this playthrough, we could like just look at it. I wonder how I level these up. I got level 12 of 91. But this guy can't sharpen it anymore. I gotta be missing something here. I don't know how much I want to upgrade, because I don't know how much I'm going to be using these characters. But yeah, cool to see the remaster finally out. We knew it would probably come out during or near the end of this playthrough. We got really rich at the end of last session with that. I think with the like little water dungeon we did. I do have a skill rune piece. Either way, like regardless of whether or not they actually took the time to make the games better at all, having a remaster of these two games is really nice. PS1 games are typically the easiest to get your hands on, in my experience. It's not hard to go to like any game shop and get a PS1, PS2, or PS3. And then you just need a PS1 memory card and a PS1, PS2, or PS3 controller, and you're like set. But Suikoden 1 and 2 in particular are really expensive. So it is really nice to have just a simple way for people to experience the games, because I don't think that many people are experiencing the original anymore. It is not cheap. So, of all the remasters to come out recently, I think it's a really good one. But yeah, at least, you know, in terms of like accessibility, I think PS1 games are some of the easier ones to get a hold of. But like I said, Suikoden 2 is like $100+, so it's nice to have an easy way for people, because, I mean, Suikoden 2 has been one of the most requested games for our Let's Play series. Like, it really does have a legacy, so it's good that more people are playing it. Commander Death, Sazarazade has fallen, and the way to the capital is clear. Now is the time to gather our forces and attack Gregminster. Commander, please give me the order to march forward. Let me tell you something as a doctor. I won't let Matthew go to battle. But I must. I have my responsibilities. I swore to my sister Odessa. Guess it's time to roll. Also, what do you mean he can't go to war? It's freaking war, dude. It's not like a basketball game. You don't get a sick day. Thank you, Commander Death. A force of 20,000 remains in the capital. They will be desperate and dangerous. Please assemble all the Liberation Army troops. We must raise their morale. The troops are assembled, Medical Officer. Commander Death, let us begin. Warriors of the Liberation Army, the time has come. The end is near for the cruel Imperial regime. Think of your friends, think of your families, and fight for them. The ground quakes with the anger of the people. Their cries echo in the heavens. Now is the time for this to end. Dang it, you ruined the epic speech, Warren. Death, the time has come to tell you everything. My sister Wendy is looking for vengeance against the entire world. Hundreds of years ago, my ancestors, the Clan of the Gate, were powerful people. But because of their power, they were massacred. Wendy and I managed to escape using the power of the Rune of the Gate. The Rune of the Gate is in fact two runes, the front and back runes, also called the entrance and exit runes. My sister carries the front rune and I the back. Their powers are connected. Then it was Wendy who tried to kill you. To increase her power, Wendy tried to take the back rune of the gate from me. That is why I isolated myself on Magician's Island, setting up defenses and biding my time, awaiting the appearance of someone like you, Death. I'm up there like bug-eyed, like, me? Listen to me, everyone. You are all travelers, stars that wander freely across the skies. And you have all assembled in this single spot. Together you will be victorious. The end of our war with the Empire is near. We have lost many lives. For our departed friends and for the future, we must battle on. We must bring an end to this conflict, under the banner of the Liberation Army, under our leader, Commander Death. I can only select victory. Victory! 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 Y'all better fight hard tomorrow, right, Cydonia? Heh. We're gonna get, like, the character roll call here again. Fix what you can fix. This is our last chance. It's so weird how the music, like, goes in and out during this. They did it for the last one, too. I show Kobold power. You all follow Kurumimi. Aroo! That was it, apparently. Commander Death, this will be our final battle. Your orders. Wait a minute. Yes, sir. Sir Uber, the Liberation Army is here. Liberation Army? Hehehehe, ha 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 ha. Against our 100,000 troops, you can hardly call them an army. Thought they only had 20,000. Master Death, we have spotted the enemy. They number about 100,000. 100,000? Impossible. How could that be? Most of the 100,000 must be monsters that my sister Wendy conjured up. I will return the monsters from whence they came. Root of the Gate, return those monsters to the netherworlds. Oof. Sir Uber, the monsters are vanishing. What? It must be Lady Wendy's sister. Don't worry, she will never be able to defeat Lady Wendy's sorcery. It's no good, I don't have enough power to defeat my sister. The Soul Eater. You must never use that rune. Inheritor of the Rune of the Gate, I will lend you power. Oh, Dragon Rune, lend your inhuman power, the power that tears the sky apart to this person. This person, I don't even know the name. Sir Uber, don't be afraid. Even without the monsters, we're still at an advantage. Forward march! The last battle. You scum, how dare you defy me? I'll kill you all. No way. No way, woof. Got him. The enemy's next plan is magic. Okay, so I believe Bo was good against magic, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Didn't make too much of a dent. I tell you what, soldier beauties. I tell you what, getting the ninjas was definitely the best thing I could have done. Glad I found all the ninjas. Enemy's next plan is Uber's Charge. Okay, so now we magic. I see. So you want to see my magic? Oh, I'd love to see your magic. Oh my god. 4,000 soldiers dead in an instant. Go thieves! Charging again, eh? Time to hit them with the narcissists. What is a narcissist? Is that different than a narcissist? I don't even know what a narcissist is. Is that just another way of saying it? Dragon attack, yield the bow. Make the enemy turn traitor. Let's see what they do. I didn't see it coming, I'm sorry. Way to go. Let's try this. I don't think I've tried this before. The blood of youth is bubbling back. Forgive us, we have failed. Well. Alright, let's try Dragon Attack. Well. Did not work. Try one more time. Why should I have to? We did it, Master. Obtained 2,000 bits. That's not what I wanted you to do. See the power of the science. Oh my god, 45. Big power. By the honor of Maximilian's Knights. Oh yeah. They're cooked. I'll take one science, please. We did it. Congratulations, we won. Dang, this is the end. This is it. The end of this country. Ah, well, I won't miss it much. Ha ha ha, Commander Death, I was just in time. My name is Hanzo, leader of the ninjas of Rikaku. We hid out in the fields until this moment arrived. Chief Hanzo, you survived. Yes, but we had to keep it a secret, I'm sorry. Oh, no. You have come far, Commander Death. We of the Warriors Village have come to give you a hand. It has been a wonderful war. It's been a long time since we enjoyed such a big one. Our father, Cliff the Crusader. Hey, Death, we don't have time to hear the old man's story, so let's charge into Gregminster. This guy just said wonderful war. Here we are, Death, back in Gregminster. And under very different circumstances from the time we escaped. Now all you have to do is take Emperor Barbarossa's head. Let's do it, Death. Commander, take me with you. I want to avenge Odessa's death with my own hands. Oh, man, I gotta take Flick, and I don't have, like... Okay. Let's think about this. Who do we want to take into the final battle? Yeah, it's kind of funny, like, when I named my character Death, you know, a lot of times I name my character Death when I do it on stream. But, like, usually when you name a character, they're not, like, named a lot, you know? Like, Titus in Final Fantasy X, like, you name him, but then they never actually say his name. And, like, a lot of these old RPGs, if you name your character, they don't really, like, say the name a lot. It's just, like, that's the name that shows up in the menu. But like, in this game, they're constantly saying my name, which is cool because I think it goes well with what they were trying to do with the themes of the game. Like, they're trying to put you in control. You really are like the commander. You choose who lives and who dies. You make all the decisions at the beginning of the game, even before you're a commander. There's a lot of, like, choices you have to make. And so I think I think they did that on purpose. Like, they wanted you to have your name, and they wanted all the characters in the game to say your name, so it really feels like it's you making the choices, you know? So that's really cool, but I named myself Death, so it sounds kind of goofy. But if you're playing this game on your own, and you name the character your name, like, it would have a pretty cool effect, I think. Okay, definitely want to take Cleo. For sure. Remember who Hicks is. We'll take Meg. And then... Oh yeah, we gotta take Asumi. Although the Imperial Army has defeated the Emperor himself is a very powerful man. Cough, cough. Master Matthew, don't strain yourself any further. You shouldn't be outside. I love how he's just like his dad or something. Just bugging him. Death, please fulfill my sister Odessa's dream. Well, Flick still has a lot of good stuff. So I guess it's fine. It's quiet. It's kind of spooky. Spooky in here. How have you been, Death? I remember now. You're the one who let us go when we were disguised at the fortress of Quaba. Yes, and I believe your name was Toltheim Reinbach III. What do you want? Please let us pass. I can't. I am an Imperial General. The Imperial Army is virtually finished. Please let us through. I owe you one, and I would hate to harm you. Even if the Imperial Army is defeated, I cannot betray Emperor Barbarossa. You kind of did already, though. If I, Ein Guide, betray him, who will he have left? Master Death, if you insist on going any further, you will have to do so over my dead body. Ball of lightning. Oh my god, that damage. Sound effects are just so good. They better not have updated the sound effects for the remaster. Good. They better keep the elephant dragon. They better keep the elephant dragon in every subsequent Suikoden. In Suikoden 5, there better be some elephant dragons running around. I'd be upset. No, I didn't mean to run. Okay. Wasted that turn. Let's hope I can get my magic back, because I kind of blew everything on him. Figured I'd probably get my magic back at some point. Although, I don't know. Emperor Barbarossa, I shall go ahead. No, this is wrong. Yes, he was wrong. But just as some things can be right and useless at the same time, can't something be wrong and priceless? Just as some things can be right and useless at the same time, can't something be wrong and priceless? What an interesting statement from Victor. Of all the people to say that. Very profound statement. By someone that's usually like, let's just beat him up. Oh boy. I did not get a heal, and we got like a whole dungeon now. These guys are giving some crazy stuff. Playing the old equipment swap game. Wind spun armor. Whoa, that's really strong, but no one can equip it. I like the music in the distance. What did the old man say before he kicked the bucket? Hey, how far do you think I can kick this bucket? Colossus. I think I'll just give him the old deadly fingertip. Seeming a bit strong. Legend of Dragoon already got a PS5 port, so a remaster is probably unlikely, but I mean, they at least have the ability to, so we know that much. So that's a good sign. As for Legend of Legaia, I think it's cooked, unfortunately. I wish for nothing more than a Legend of Legaia anything. Port, remaster, remake, anything. But it's not looking likely. We don't even know if they have the ability to at this point. Let's go to Mendo. Oh, there's difficulty options. That's cool. That's such a great thing to add to remasters, because, like, it doesn't affect the original at all. If you just pick the original difficulty, you know? But then you can also spice it up. And, like, especially given that a lot of people playing the remaster probably played the original. So it's nice to have, like, a hard option from the get-go. So that's really awesome. It's a great thing that every remaster should do. I mean, how awesome would it be... What in the world? How awesome would it be if we got, like, a Legend of Dragoon remaster? It had, like, a hard mode that was basically, like, a hard mod. Holy damage. This would be a great game to have a hard mode too, like a really hard mode, like a hard mode that basically has the assumption that you've beaten the game already, you know? Because there's so many, like, different avenues you can take, and, like, grinding in this game is fun and fast-paced. There's gotta be so much cool stuff you could do with a hard mode. Yeah, no, that's a horrible idea, Madison. What are you talking? Don't do that. What is that white pixel? Why is there a single white pixel on this side? I thought that was like an item or something. How's it going, Randy? Yeah, for sure. I feel like... Well, maybe that's not true. I was gonna say, like, even more so than action games, RPGs, like, thrive on hard modes, but that's not exactly true. Because action games also are really nice to, like, to play through and then play through on a hard mode, because you've learned a lot about how the game works and how enemies work, and so you have, like, you learn a lot about... You can actually use what you learned on the hard mode. But RPGs, like, I don't know, it's usually they just tend to be more fun when they're hard. In general, for me. Sometimes it can be hard to balance, you know, like Octopath, we had kind of a... Seems like a lot of people don't really like the hard part of Octopath, just because it's basically... There's such a huge gap between the regular game and the final part, where you just have to grind, and there's not really anything else to do other than grind. But something like this game, you know, grinding would come with, like, going around and getting all the characters as well. Like, there's so much to do in this world that grinding would not feel like much of a chore at all. And also, it's so fast-paced in this game. Grinding is so slow in Octopath, but in this game it's so fast-paced that it's fun. And this is more of a classic RPG which just lends itself to grinding more. But you do have to be careful, because, like, if a hard mode is just simply, now I have to stop and grind more, then it's not exactly a fun hard mode, but... That's why it's so good for a remaster, though. Because, you know, like, you can keep the integrity of the original game by having the regular difficulty just be the regular game. But then on hard mode, you know... there's nothing holding you back. Like, it's hard mode. If you picked hard mode, then you're not picking the original game. So you could have characters have new attacks, you could have new bosses. I mean, like, the sky's the limit. Because you've picked a mode that didn't exist in the original game, so you're not gonna complain if it's not the original experience. This is just a marathon. Yeah, there's definitely some hard modes that are simply grind more, but I'm sure people would find a reason to complain, but that's just the way it goes. I mean, whenever a game comes out that's hard, there's always people complaining that it's too hard. And sometimes it's warranted, but most of the time it's not. Kind of depends on why it's hard. Imagine pausing a Souls game. That's a pretty ridiculous thing to get mad about. Like, what's wrong with the pause button in Elden Ring? Especially Elden Ring, because it's not even like the old Souls games where you could get invaded. I mean, you can get invaded in Elden Ring, I think, but it's like, it's not really part of like the main mechanics of the game like they were in the old days. I'd like to hear the argument. I'd like to hear the argument for why you can't have a pause button in Elden Ring. Is that like... Are they upset because that would make the game easier? Because, like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Elden Ring is the easiest Souls game by, like, far. So so like, why are you butthurt about it being easier? Breaks immersion. But you can sit at a campfire for like 900 hours and you're safe. But you can't take 2 steps away from the campfire and save. They pride themselves on this artificial idea that they're good, and the more people that can access and finish a game means their personal accomplishment. Oh, for sure. For sure. I just wonder what the argument is that pausing makes the game easier. Like I want to hear that argument. Like, pausing makes the game easier because blank. Because if my mom walks in, I have to beat Malarnia while talking to my mom, or else I'm not a true gamer. Like, I don't understand. Where's the difficulty in not pausing? Wait a second. This gives a power bonus? I think I actually want to keep this on. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, I kind of get it. Like, I kind of understand why not having a pause button makes the game harder, but it's also 2025, like, if you derive your gaming prowess over the fact that you can beat a game without a pause button, then, like, you're a loser, I don't know. Like, that's not impressive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not impressed that you can beat a game without a pause, or, yeah, without a pause button. Like, that's just not... It's not impressive. That's not the part of the game where I'm like, that's cool you could do that. Why are we all attacking different targets? I can kind of understand that. Like, somewhat. So, when you grind like 2,000 hours in a game in order to get an achievement, and not just because, like, you're an idiot, but because, like, that's the thing to do in that game. Like people look up to you if you do that. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just doing it for the sake of yourself and no one else cares. Like, that's what RuneScape is. Like, you spend 2,000 hours doing something and then people are, like, impressed by it because that's, like, what you do in RuneScape. So, like, it's understandable, right? When you do that and then the game changes to make that easier, I could understand people getting upset about that. But also, that's kind of why I don't do that kind of thing in MMOs. You know what I mean? Like, that's my big disconnect with MMOs. Is, like, nothing feels finite because it could always just change. And I think you have to do stuff in MMOs with the understanding that it could change. You know? So if you spend 2,000 hours doing something and then in the next update they make it easier, you kind of just have to take it on the chin. Because it's like, you played an MMO. Like, that's just the way MMOs go, you know? But I could also understand being upset. Like, Especially with like something like RuneScape, where that's kind of the whole point of the game. If you are playing like Final Fantasy XIV and you fight the Super Mega Ultra raid boss under some kind of challenge restriction, and then the next update they make the boss easier because you get access to something stronger, it's like, yeah, you probably should have known that was going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was your choice to do that. You got to deal with what happens afterwards. But with RuneScape, it's like that's kind of the point of the game, is to like be a giant checklist. So if whenever they make the checklist easier, I could understand people being like upset about it. But, you know, like I said, you signed up for it when you started playing. So you can only be so upset. Also, most people that I've talked to that do stuff like that, they usually do it for themselves. Like, they don't really care about the notoriety of doing it. Like, if you ask them, why did you spend 20 hours clicking trees? Usually you'll get the answer of like, I did it because it was fulfilling for me, not because like I want to brag to my friends that I clicked trees for 20 hours. So if they change the clicking trees to 15 hours, they're not going to be upset that like their achievement is now not as cool, because they didn't really do it to be cool. They did it for their own achievement of like, I did this. So I hear that a lot. Like a really good example of this is speedruns. There have been a lot of cases in the past where somebody is doing a speedrun for years and years and years trying to get a certain time, and then something is found to make the time easier to get, and the speedrunner will not use the new technique until they get the time. And people will be like, why aren't you using the new technique? You would be able to get your time that you've been trying to get for years and years and years. But it's like, to them, it was a personal achievement to do it with that route. Just because something new is found to make it super easy, that doesn't mean they should use it, because like, their personal achievement is doing it with that route. They've tried to do it with that route for years and years, and they're only going to get the satisfaction when they do it with that route, you know? I've seen that many times. And then after they get their time, then they use the new strat just to get a better time. But at first, they don't even use the new strat. Because for the most part, stuff like that is more about personal achievement than showing off. I'm a little worried about our healing. Probably should have stocked up before we left, given this is the final battle. Also, we have not saved yet. There's been no save point here. This is all one big gauntlet. Two different categories were made, so it's a moot point. Basically, any percent became disc 1 skip category, and then the no slots became like a legacy category where you don't do disc 1 skip. So yeah, the original speedrun is still intact, and then there's a new category with this one skip. Yeah, probably. I'd love to do another run. Especially given it's a shorter game. It is longer than I thought it was going to be. People had told me it was a short game, and I was like, okay, maybe like 10 hours, but like, it's a lot longer than 10 hours. Granted, I played pretty slow, but... yeah, I'd love to do another run of the game. I mean, I'll probably just play the remaster. That'll be my second run of the game. Maybe even get the plat, which hopefully involves, like, getting everybody. Flick's magic kind of blows, unfortunately. Flick kind of blows in general, unfortunately. How's it going, Sarah? Sorry. Kind of sucks. He's got a cool cape, though. He's got a cool cape, and he was kind of cool in the story. I mean, he was kind of a jerk at first, but then he kind of made up for it. Yeah, I do feel like they, with a shorter game like this, you have more ability to, like, punish the player. So, like, when that character died in that war, like, he's just dead. Like, he's just gone. There isn't even, like... I mean, I don't know if there is a way to get dead characters back. I would imagine there isn't, though. Horned helmet. You know, and they don't have any, like, reservations about doing that because the game's not that long. Like... it doesn't really ruin your experience losing a character. So I think they have more ability to do that with a shorter game, which is cool. You can't do something like that in Xenogears. People would get upset. I have to restart my game after 40 hours. I'm only halfway done. It's nice when a game doesn't overstay its welcome, like Xenogears is a game I don't mind playing for 70 hours. This game, I feel like we've kind of hit... Well, I say we've kind of hit, like, the pinnacle of it. But also, I know I've missed a lot of this game. Like, I've missed a lot of the mechanics and how they work. I've missed a lot of the characters. Holy damage. So, there's definitely a lot more to get out of the game than I got out of it my first playthrough. As I'm sure a lot of people are probably the same way. But we have kind of reached, like, you know, there's not too much more else the game is going to do. Like, it's been do a war, do a dungeon for a while now. Not that I wouldn't mind, like, a couple more hours, but... It's nice when a game doesn't overstay its welcome. It's fun while it's fun, and then it ends. A game can really sour when it, like, hits its peak, and then you're just stuck playing it for another 6 hours to see the final cutscene. You know, we've definitely played a fair share of those.